Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50k until the end of the year. And let's get into it. So we are flying out the Hunters today, especially with the new BR changes. And we're going to talk a little bit about this BR bracket that these aircraft actually face, which is a problem for a lot of aircraft, to be honest. Not only the Hunter, right? But still, let's talk a little bit. We are flying out, first of all, the F6 variant, which is one of the most advanced variants of the game. I think it was just surpassed, technically the FGA9, it can be technically a little bit superior just due to the missiles are in a different way better, in a different way worse, right? And the F58 was added also, that it is way better than this, but still, they're both at 9.7 now. So both the F58 and the F6, which is kind of weird because the F58 is a lot better than this. They are the same aircraft performance, but the F58 has the flares, it has the M9Js, it has Mavericks, it has even an RWR, which those things are like, none of those things are in the F6, right? But still, I think it's a tiny little change. Maybe they consider as just a tiny little change, maybe for being a different BR. But the main problem is the BR that you are normally anyway, right? As you're going to see, all the matches that I've done, they all are in the same BR bracket. We are always facing semi up tiers. The thing is, it's not even proper, like, it is an up tier, but it's not even a proper one, because some of these aircraft are the same BR as me. So for example, the Su-25, it is 9.7, and then you see something like an A10A early, or even the A10A late, they're both like 10.0, 10.3, so it doesn't, like, it's not a big change in BR anyway, right? So every single battle that you face, you normally, especially in the F6 and F58, you will be facing those things, which can be very problematic. And it becomes a major problem that we are still talking about this after, I don't know how many updates. I think it was the first or the second update last year that we got the A10 and these crazy BRs started to happen with A9Ls and R60Ms and these BRs, right? And so far, we had a small change with the A10 going up, but then they added another 10.0 premium aircraft for the Americans with A9Ls, which is the A6, and then they added this Su-25 at 9.7 with R60Ms. So it is still a very big problem, because most of these aircraft, man, these 9.0 to 9.7, that are especially the older ones, like the 50s and 60s ones, they don't have flares. They don't have anything to actually deal with that. So if the target actually shoot at you, you're basically dead. So yeah, it is still a big problem. Yes, the BR changes are very good. I think the F58 that we are seeing here, it doesn't deserve to be a 9.3. 9.3 will face some 8.3 aircrafts. But even at 9.7, it still suffers. So you take it from another person's suffering from people that are just flying the MiG-15s and stuff, and you put it on the Hunter, which is a very problematic thing, if you ask me, because everybody is suffering at some point. So yeah, kind of not the greatest thing ever, right? As I said, the F58, I think, and the F6, it was 10.0, so it deserves to be at least 9.7. Of course, if it goes to 9.3 or 9.0, these aircraft will just dominate. So the 9.7 is like the BR that they are, and there's not much else you can actually do. But the problem are those other aircraft that you face. Are those 9.7s, 10.0s, and 10.3s that have the M9Ls, R60Ms, and other stuff. Even, I don't know what was I doing here. I just realized that I had flares on that aircraft. Oh my god, that was so... I'm not gonna even mention that. Why didn't I just drop some flares? It's the only hunter that has flares, and I didn't reply the first flares, but still. And even in the 9.0s, so the J34 here, which is, if I'm not mistaken, Hunter F4, I think it's a Hunter F4, right? It became 9.0. It was 9.3, if I'm not mistaken, and now it's 9.0. And even a 9.0, it's still facing up tiers. It's still facing the Su-25s, Yak 38s, stuff that have way better missiles than you. Even though you have a 9Bs, I mean, come on, it's just an RB-24, right? So MiG-21s and stuff. It's not like you cannot fight, as you're seeing, like you can, and you can get kills, but it's problematic. I think the most problematic thing is the all-aspect missiles, because then you have basically nothing that you can do. At least the normal R60s, for example, and A9Js, if somebody has it, you can kind of defeat it. But here, for example, a very long range shot, and I almost got killed by the R60, like it was a 3-kilometer range shot. So yeah, it's very problematic. So the problem is still there. Yes, it was a good change in the hunters. I think the J34 deserved to be at 9.0. I think the F6 deserved it to have a lower BR, and the F58 deserved to have a higher BR. But it still doesn't solve the problem, because of course it's not trying to solve the problem. It's trying to solve the small statistics that the hunter had. But we do need something to actually fix this BR range for these aircraft, on the sense of taking out these all-aspect missiles from it. I don't know, maybe a limitation, maybe, I don't know, but so many premiums that I would think that would break the matchmaking a little bit, but still some kind of limiter, or I don't know, just a better BR decompression. I mean, like we already have 12.0, the 12.3 at 10.3 and 10.7 already will not see the top tier. So why not add these aircrafts? I mean, the Su-25 needs to be at least 10.0, but even the other ones, I mean, put them all at 10.3, man. They're not going to suffer against F5Cs and MiG-21s. And if they actually face Mirage 2000s and MLDs at 11.3, yes, that's another problem. I still think that those aircraft need to be 11.7 anyway, so it makes it so that the problem is shown for everybody, right? So yeah. I was not playing very well these matches. I mean, what have I done here? But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the new BRs for the hunters, and if the 9.7 is a big problem for you. Okay? Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye guys. See ya.